Hey, there we are.
Cool.
What is going on, guys? Quick, I guess I was almost going to say another video, and then I realized it's our first time we've ever done this.
It is.
Mono White Wiener Deck versus Wiener Deck. Weenie.
Is it just because they're all tiny?
Yeah, they're all
creatures?
tiny little baby humans. Against, what do we call your deck?
We'll just call it the Madness deck. 'Cause
Madness?
That's kind of the main theme here.
Mono Red Madness budget, which is
Budget.
super
Well,
nice.
it was a lot more budget, I'm sure, when they first made the deck. Now it's about a $40 deck, and it
budget for
keeps
standard.
going up more. I was gonna buy Gold Knight Castigator for the deck, but it was $1.50, and I was like, maybe I'll buy it later. Now it's $2, so I wish I'd bought it. But I mean, that's how it always happens. You never know what's gonna happen with the market. It's
First
like
world
stocks.
problems. So you always want to intentionally discard your cards, essentially?
So what I want to do with Insolence Neonate is I want to be able to discard him, so I can discard one of my cards, because when you discard cards, they go into exile instead of the graveyard if they've got that Madness cost, and then you can cast them for less mana, and it basically everything works out better for you.
Cast them for cheap. My favorite part about this deck, swinging for 3/1 on turn 2, flying.
That's pretty cool.
So hard to deal with, especially when you're on the first turn, not when you're on the draw. I was on the draw the first 2 games, which was disappointing. But Skin Invasion, tell us about that card a bit.
So Skin Invasion is really cool. It has the effect attacks each turn if able, which sounds terrible, but it's actually a good thing with Insolence Neonate because he has Menace. So even if you do have to attack with him the first time, he's not going to get blocked if it's turn 2, usually.
He has to be blocked by 2.
Exactly, he's blocked by 2. And then, of course, you bring back Skin Shredder. Now, here, I think I screwed up. I didn't draw a card like you're supposed to, so I kind of screwed myself there. But I did pull off that Madness combo by throwing away, I think it's Fiery Impulse.
Lava Axe? Was it Lava Axe?
No, Lava Axe is a different one.
Okay.
Lava Axe, I pay 1 and then discard something.
So the idea of your deck is to intentionally discard your good cards and bring them back for really cheap.
Yes.
Because I noticed you kept getting, later on, we'll see you keep getting 4/3s out for like 2 mana.
Yep.
Which is just so hard to deal with, especially when I have very minimal control in this white deck, minus the GOAT card, Declaration in Stone.
You know, I don't think we ever actually did the Sin Prodder's ability the entire game. How long was he out? Did you kill him right away? I'm trying to remember.
Maybe right here.
I think
we'll
you killed him.
But
I don't know why I'm pointing everywhere. Watching this without volume, I don't remember.
It's pretty funny, right? So I'm swinging for 3, again flying. Grifspin, of course, can come back from the graveyard for 4 mana. Which is so nice, because if you kill a creature it's attached to, here's where I Declaration
Okay,
Stone
good.
it.
Okay, you kill it. Good.
But essentially, Sin Prodder, you reveal a card.
So what you do is you reveal the card at the beginning of your upkeep before even the draw phase happens, and then you can choose to throw it away into the graveyard, but you take the damage equal to that mana cost.
Equal to the mana cost, okay.
If you choose not to, I get to take that card and draw a card. So it's like you get to draw 2 cards with them.
Here we see Declaration in Stone, just such a good removal spell.
Oh my god.
I brought in a couple to the Magic Store, and they wanted to give me $3 a piece today, and I said,
It's ridiculous.
I have 6 of them currently.
That's a really expensive card, isn't it?
It was going for about over 11, and now it's down to about 8.
Wow, it's weird how they shift in value so much. Are the Pro Tours still going on?
Pro Tours affect it. Everything affects value. Like, for example, Nahiri's the most expensive card in the set right now, not Avacyn. But weird stuff happens constantly.
That's weird.
I learned a lesson, and that lesson is I'm not going to screw around the first couple days. I'm going to keep all my cards and watch the market. Although sometimes you can get hit hard.
Sometimes, yeah. So it's really a gamble either way, depending on what you do. I've seen a lot of the Tolarian community. I love his channel so much. Here's a
Gideon ally of Zendikar, just so that people can see, because it's a bit glary.
Aren't you going to put him up over here?
Yeah. Put him up. But just the best planeswalker ever. And we'll get into
he's cool.
We'll get into the mistake in a minute. This game is a wash either way, because there's a mistake that I make. We'll show you guys when it comes up, but
is this the game that was a mistake?
Yeah, this was game 1. This is one where we had the bit of a screw up. We'll explain it as it pops up in a second here. But anyway, go on with Tolarian Community College. So
Tolarian Community College, he does the booster box game, which really wanted me to get into doing the booster box game as well. Of course, he says, it's funny, he gives like a disclaimer at the end. He's like, I'm doing this to make you not want to do this. And it's like, well, you did the opposite, actually, because I want to do it now. because almost every single new set that he does, he can buy another box.
I fancy we rarely get a video. I do unpacking sometimes where I'm like, do I even want to show this? And then I do unpackings like today, which are just so exciting. When you unpack and you get good stuff.
Dirium CCGs is another great unpacking channel. They have a lot of the profit or loss episodes.
I've seen those, yeah.
I've seen, I think, every single one of them now. They're just so addicting to watch.
So here you have a little bit of board control with these. Is it 2 4-3s now?
I'm thinking one is a 3-4 and the other one might be a 4-3.
And I plan always watching.
Yeah, because it's an incorrigible youth.
Which, for the record, the mistake that Fanta noticed after this game or towards the end of the game is that always watching doesn't give +1/+1 to tokens.
Only
which is how we screwed
yeah.
up. So I'm putting out these 2/2s, and I'm giving them +1/+1, which I should not be because they're tokens. They're not basic permanents.
Yeah.
So that was a screw up, and that's why this game's just kind of a wash. However, it's fun to open it up, and we need 3 games anyway, so we did this one and 2 more.
So yeah, well, I don't want to spoil what happens in the next 2 games, but
we won't spoil it, but we will spoil that this game doesn't count. It's just kind of
this one doesn't count.
It was kind of a fun skirmish, if you will, to see
it's a video test,
each other's decks.
Yeah.
And we did this real quick. We didn't sideboard or anything. This was just a quick 3-game thing.
Yeah.
Here I am essentially blocking for my life, knowing that I can continue to put out 3 3s for free, which of course should have been a 2/2. So far it hasn't benefited me though, because that guy didn't die. I do think I killed a few of your guys with the 3 3s, and that's what would have swung the game.
Yeah.
Differently.
And yeah, you kept pooping out 3 3s, and I just couldn't handle that many.
Gideon is such a ridiculous planeswalker.
He is.
I mean, the fact that you can swing for 5/5, you can give your guys emblem with +1/+1, and then of course you can just shit out tokens for nothing. You don't have to ping them down. You don't have to do anything. Just shit out these tokens.
And the 5/5 indestructible is just
So here we go.
So
that was right because it should have been a 3/3. I wonder if we already figured out the problem.
I don't think so.
Because Griff's Boom in real life should have made this token a 3/2, but in the incorrect life of this game, we were having it as a 4/3.
4/3. So I'm attacking with both. It depends on which one you block. I think you block the 3/4. So you kill the 3/4, and that should have been possible just because he was.
I think I blocked the 4/3 actually. I blocked
I'm trying to remember.
Incorrigible Youth. Is that right?
I don't know how to pronounce it. I keep trying to.
I think it's Incorrigible Youth. We'll show you guys the card here on the screen. I know you have Insolent Neonate and Incorrigible Youth.
All these. Oh, I'm explaining madness to you right there. I was like, why am I flailing everywhere?
On the top there is Ravenous Bloodseeker. And I can see you have the foil card I gave you from. Would that come with the gift box?
Yeah.
The gift box is
cool. I have
cool.
a full set of those now, actually.
It's cool because it's a unique.
I have a full set of alternate art foil. What is that? Ravenous Bloodseeker?
This is my favorite card of the deck, probably. Knight of the White Orchard, 2-drop, and if you have more mana than me, I get a free Plains untapped.
Oh, yep.
It's just so nice, especially if you're on the draw, to get basically a 2-mana swing, untapped, and on my deck where you can play everything for 1 or 2 mana. That's a huge.
Yeah.
It's a huge play. But here's the issue with both of our decks. We see it right away. We draw out and we get into these kind of shitty stalemates.
And you think about wanting to put less land in, but at the same time, if you start doing that, you're going to be mana poor and you're not going to be able to do anything.
I have at the most 20, which is probably too much for this mono white human deck.
You know, when I was building this deck, they told me to put 23 in there, so that's what I have. I have 23.
That's fair enough. Certain decks just work differently. You know, sometimes you want even under 20 in some cases, and sometimes you want as high as like 25.
I regret getting the that's what the terrible song was on. I regret getting Westvale Abbey over the Gold Knight Castigators now.
Westvale Abbey's pricey.
It's very pricey. I think I spent like 8 something on it.
It's a great alternate win condition, of course, if you can get that out and flip it.
Yep.
And now you're. I don't know what the health is at. It appears you're too afraid to attack right now because I'm.
I can't
17?
Tell what I'm at.
We're gonna have to use. What we should do is get those big dice, so when we're re-commentating over this, we can just easily see both of our lives.
They have those at Amazing Discoveries. I'll probably not buy it from them, but.
Well, we could order them on eBay or whatever.
Exactly.
I literally would rather order on eBay and wait 2 days than drive across planet Earth.
Which is probably why I was going to suggest Derium CCGs. They sell booster boxes for $89. Tax-free, free shipping.
Yeah, that's awesome. It really is, because that saves like $30 over the store. The issue for me, especially with like launch events, is I want to get them at midnight that night.
See, that's where we're going to have the problems when we're going to do the launch
I don't want
events.
to be like, hey, here's a midnight release of this set 3 days later.
How much are those, by the way?
I think they're
booster boxes.
The new one, the
Eldritch Moon.
No. The new set coming out in 2 or 3 days. That's meant
Oh,
for
I
drafting.
don't care about that.
Those are like $15 a pack, and the
That's
booster boxes are
stupid.
$3.20.
That's just stupid. $15 a booster pack. I don't know about you guys, but I disagree with that pricing.
So I'm flying in with the Night of the White Orchard at this point, 3/3 flying, and you just draw yourself out. You probably would have won this game if I didn't 1-for-1 trade with you.
Mm-hmm.
Although it's tough to say, because we're both drawn out here. And to be fair, I just kind of top decked better at the end. I top decked that another Grip Spoon. I top decked a Declaration of Stone to kill one of your big guys.
Here's my Skin Invasion.
Another Skin Invasion.
Yeah, I see right here if those were 2/2s, I would have kept this guy to block, so at least I could have absorbed a little bit of damage because he's a 1/3. But instead, I just swing because I know you're gonna kill him, and because you kill him.
Here's where we come to the conclusion that always watching it.
Yeah, this is where we figure it out. Yeah, we're like,
why
oh
are
shit.
these guys 3/3?
Caesar.
It should have been 2/2s. And that's a good eye, and that's why I don't go to Friday Night Magic, because I don't have a keen enough
Yeah,
eye.
and the thing about Friday Night Magic is, I don't know, it seems too strict of an environment, and most people there spend like $300, $400 on their decks.
I play with like my dumb alcoholic friends, and we play like after Game of Thrones. It's like a big social thing for us.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into like the heavy competition. Although the one thing I can say about Friday Night Magic is that'd be nice to have like a judge around, because we get into huge arguments all the time, and then it ends up being a Google.
But we don't. So far, at least.
No, I mean you don't. I can think of a few friends that do. So you flip this guy because Skin Invasion left. Skin Invasion
turns into a
3/4
Skin Shredder.
So essentially, it's a 1-drop. It attaches, and then when that creature dies, it becomes a 3/4.
Yep.
So a 3/4 for a 1-drop if you play your cards right.
It's a horrifying, like, art and like story behind it, because there's like this bug attached to the back of this guy's thing, and it's like slowly taking over him, and then like it bursts out of him. It's like that really creepy worm thing that comes out of bugs.
So you see Grip Spoon from the graveyard for 4-drop, which can just later in the game like this, when I don't have any cards in my hand, it's nice to play a card straight from the graveyard and start swinging with flying.
So you're hitting me for 3 here.
At least 5. No, I should be I should be hitting you with 6 or something.
6.
Flying.
I think that brings me down to 5. I think I'm at 11 right now.
And you didn't have any answers for flying besides a lava axe or something, but it didn't.
Yeah, I only had damage spells.
The issue with game 1 obviously doesn't count because they'll always watch you, but the issue for both of us, as always, is that we just drew ourselves out and we were just top decking.
Yeah, so I mean that concluded the game right there. You had way too much stuff because that Gideon just keep pooping out
I had
stuff.
better top decks. You couldn't afford to get mountains there. So let's hop into game 2.